Shots are fired at police as they surround a house where hostages may be held. The president gathers Congress to discuss the Gulf situation. And the Packers B team goes out with the victory. Those stories coming up next on News 4 Milwaukee tonight.
Giant three-day van sale with a large selection of conversion vans ready to go.
Sale ends Monday at 9 p.m.
At Rankin Son, the big Buick GMC store.
Big juicy blueberries bursting as they bake. Keebler makes new elfin loaves just like Mom used to make.
Only smaller. The Keebler elves bake real fruits, nuts, and spices into snacking-size elfin loaf snap breads. Then wrap them and rush them fresh to your grocer's freezer.
Blueberry, banana, carrot.
Brings in for a snack or a break. New Keebler elfin loaves.
Just like Mom used to make.
Only smaller.
Do men make passes at women who wear glasses? You bet they do. If the women know where to shop. Kendi Optical. Their style and selection. Designer frames to contact lenses. Professional consultants who care. And affordability.
With eyeglass purchase, receive a free pair of eyeglasses or daily wear contact lenses.
So remember, buy your eyewear at Kendi and never, no, never answer the phone on the first ring.
Gone Hunting, beginning Monday on News 4 at 10 o'clock.
From Channel 4, Milwaukee's #1 weekend news with Elizabeth Kay, Jim Ott, Dennis Krause. News 4 Milwaukee tonight.
Good evening. Shots have been fired at police during a tactical situation in the River West neighborhood tonight. One resident has been shot in the leg, and police believe a gunman may be holding hostages in a nearby house. News 4's John Hoyleman is at the scene in the 2300 block of North Holton. John?
Elizabeth, I'm standing near Holden and Meineke right now, as close as police will let us get, because they don't want our bright lights standing in the way of their operation. They've turned off the street lights. They have the house surrounded right now. We don't know a whole lot. The information is still sketchy. What we do know, as you said, is that there's a man holed up in a house, holding police at bay. We are told that he has several hostages in there. We've heard several figures. What we understand, at least the most dependable information, seems to be that there is a woman and 4 children. We don't know if the woman is his wife, his girlfriend, if there's any relation at all. The man who was shot earlier was shot in the thigh, and we don't know if he was just a passerby or a neighbor, or if he knew the gunman or not, but he is not in that bad a shape. He was taken to the Milwaukee County Medical Complex, and officials there at the hospital say the injury is not all that serious, but he was shot in the thigh. Now, the man in the house also shot at police officers as they arrived to investigate that initial shooting, but none of the police officers were hit by the gunfire. The lights are out, as I said. Police are trying to get in the house. There's talk about putting some smoke bombs in there to get the suspect out right now, but at this stage they have the house surrounded, and the standoff continues.
Thank you, John. News 4's John Hoyleman live around the 2300 block of Holton. If there's more information later, John will have it for us. President Reagan says he's decided how to respond to Iran's attack Friday on an American flag tanker, but he refused to offer reporters any clues. However, it appears congressional leaders have been called to the White House to discuss options in the Persian Gulf. More American ships are headed to the Persian Gulf. 4 U.S. warships carrying guided missiles have passed through the Suez Canal. It's not known their purpose, to beef up U.S. forces or to act as replacements. President Reagan would only say a decision had been made.
I've made it.
Secretary of State George Shultz is also tight-lipped on the United States' next move in the Persian Gulf. Shultz toured Saudi Arabia and Israel today, reacting cautiously to a call for U.S. retaliation against Iran.
The United States is studying that attack on Kuwait, which also involved a U.S. vessel. And when we have decided to take action and have taken it, you will know what it is.
In Jerusalem, Shultz submitted a peace proposal to Prime Minister Yitzhak Shamir and Foreign Minister Shimon Peres. First Lady Nancy Reagan received welcome news from her doctor today. Cancer found in her left breast has not spread, and she is expected to make a full recovery. Mrs. Reagan's reaction to the news was total relief, according to her press secretary. Mrs. Reagan underwent breast surgery yesterday after a routine mammogram revealed a tiny malignant tumor. Mr. Reagan spent most of the day at his wife's side.
We've been together all afternoon and had lunch together, and she's feeling fine.
Mrs. Reagan will be released later this week, but must restrict her movement for 2 to 3 weeks. While the president was visiting his wife, he placed a phone call to the parents of Jessica McClure, the 18-month-old girl who spent 58 hours trapped in a well. Today she's in stable condition, no longer dehydrated, with circulation improving to her injured right foot. Jessica's mother took the phone call from Mr. and Mrs. Reagan.
He just mostly said that he was glad that Jessica was okay, and he was, hoping that, that she wouldn't lose her foot.
Jessica also received a visit from Vice President Bush and his wife, but Jessica's parents say she slept through it. Another hospitalized infant is showing signs of improving. Baby Paul, the youngest infant to receive a heart transplant, moved his hands and fingers today. Doctors say that's encouraging, meaning there's probably no brain damage. Baby Paul was born Friday with a congenital heart defect that usually proves fatal just a few weeks after birth. Coming up next on News 4 Milwaukee tonight, a sale of a local grocery chain puts fear in some workers. And a new play celebrates the 200th anniversary of the U.S. Constitution.
The Constitution is an evolving document. So the play portrays the Constitution in that sense.
If you are injured by farm machinery, who is responsible? An awful lot of farm families and employees have suffered injury or death from contact with farm machinery. Now, farming can be dangerous, and most farm families accept this. Often young or inexperienced people are injured on the machines. But you'd be surprised how many farm machines are unreasonably and unnecessarily dangerous. Many common machine hazards are unguarded on machines. Accidents resulting from these hazards may permit a lawsuit against the manufacturer for negligent or defective design. If you're injured, consult an experienced attorney. The more you know, the better you can protect your family. At Habish & Davis Law Firm, we want you to know the law.
An informational series presented in your interest by Habish & Davis Law Firm.
Mr. Fees?
Yes.
Welcome aboard.
Hey.
Nouveau Novelties number 8 buzzer. Being an experienced salesman.
Yes.
You know the benefits of long distance.
Yes.
We always use it to qualify our customers.
We do?
Saves time.
Ah.
And in this business, time is
8:30.
money, Leon, money.
Oh.
Welcome aboard anyway.
Wisconsin Bell Long Distance. It's smart business.
It's Kunzelman Esser's 87th anniversary sale. See all the new fashions in furniture at the lowest prices of the season. Hundreds of beautiful brand name sofas, chairs, tables, dining rooms, and bedrooms at low anniversary sale prices are waiting for you. Buy now with no payment till January. There are 9 floors of the best buys you'll ever make. Compare anywhere. You can't beat Kunzelman Esser's 87th anniversary sale for quality and price.
Kunzelman Esser.
Mitchell at South 7th.
The furniture people.
Just one more week. There's 24 months of zero interest store-wide. 24 months, zero interest through Sunday at Calder's.
Union workers at Century & Son food stores are worried the sale of their parent firm may cost them jobs. In July, the Godfrey Company sold Century & Son Foods to the Fleming Companies of Oklahoma. The 2 grocery store chains employ more than 2,000 members of the United Food and Commercial Workers Union. Tonight, union members approved a resolution urging the new owner to honor present labor contracts.
We're very concerned that once the sale has been completed, that the Fleming Company may very well choose to divorce itself of some of its assets. We've seen this happen too many times before across the country.
Union members say if their resolution is not honored, they'll appeal to customers and shareholders through an advertising campaign. The 200-year life of the United States Constitution was celebrated with a new play today. The play, called We the Who, was staged at UWM this afternoon, and as News 4 Tonight's Jeff Fleming reports, the performance offers a chance to discuss the Constitution.
I hear that you have declared an independence.
We are free of England.
A theatrical celebration of the United States Constitution premiered today with an enthusiastic reception at UWM. We the Who is a fast-paced review of 200 years of the life of the U.S. Constitution. Musically, whimsically, and seriously, in all, it's a tribute to our country's highest law.
We thought the only way to really do it was to take a humorous or at least a light look at everything. And then it's punctuated at times by some fairly serious dialogue and everything, but let the audience be the judge of that.
The actors present historical vignettes designed to raise questions.
Would you print some things I've written?
Print? Sure.
Great.
We the Who does not end with the curtain falling or the actors taking a bow. It ends with a discussion between the audience and a panel, an interaction designed to explore some of the ideas and issues that have been presented dramatically.
Believe in our Constitution. Protect it.
The play is developed so that it can work out of a suitcase. It can travel anywhere. It can travel light. And if you get in front of school groups or whatever kind of a group, it's just made to raise questions about the Constitution so that you can talk about it afterwards.
The play is sponsored by the American Civil Liberties Union of Wisconsin, along with a variety of other groups. 3 more performances are scheduled in Milwaukee during the early part of November. And next spring, the plan is to take the show on the road. Jeff Fleming, News 4 Tonight.
In the past month, Milwaukee's inner city has lost 18 residents in 2 fires. Most of the victims were children. In his Sunday analysis, John McCullough says if any good comes out of this, it may be that public officials open their eyes to the struggle of inner city life.
18 people dead in 2 weeks in Milwaukee inner city fires, most of the dead children. That's a horrid story of poverty and deprivation turned into tragedy. The inner city is old. Most of the homes there were built at the turn of the century, made from wood, which after 80 or 90 years is tinder dry. Alderman Michael McGee says it's the current economic condition that is responsible. He says it causes people to double up to save money, and perhaps also causes them to take chances with heating elements, such as space heaters. If McGee is correct, there are some steps already underway to create more jobs, and that is by far the major campaign issue in the upcoming mayoral election. The other problem involves the major source of heat. In the last fire, the home was heated with gas, but service had been shut off by the utility. That's a business decision, appreciated by business people and utility customers alike. But heat is a basic human need, and government units are getting closer to understanding that is not a business problem, but a social problem to be solved with a broad population base, not the narrow base of a customer list. What could come from these tragedies are increased protection with the use of smoke detectors, increased safety through more education of the dangers of fire, and increased efforts to alleviate the poverty caused by joblessness. Something should happen. 18 dead in 2 weeks in Milwaukee inner city fires. I'm John McCullough.
A wonderful autumn weekend, but cooler weather is heading our way. Jim Ott has the forecast coming along next.
Tell us, sir, did you get your new bed at Jonathan Moore because he delivers it free? Yes, and because they take away the old one for free, too. Jonathan Moore, no one can beat his service.
Sometimes it's fun taking chances. Or buying and selling properties. But when it comes to your life savings, it's never a game. If you're tired of banks who only want to get bigger while you get lost in the shuffle, come to F&M Bank. We're building our own monopoly, a monopoly on personal service. I'm Richard Klug, chairman of F&M Bank. I'll make sure you're treated like a winner.
I believe in a place where I can watch eagles soar, where the air is pure, the land unspoiled. I guess this really is God's country. And I believe a beer that's brewed here just has to be better.
We believe the only way to brew old style is nature's way, fully croissant and naturally carbonated, with the purest artesian spring water and nothing artificial. And that makes old style a beer you can believe in.
Hi, I'm Paul Newman. In my line of work, I get to travel all over the world. Just last week, I was in Brussels and London. And the week before, I was in Denmark. I could buy a car anywhere in the world, but I always come back to Phil Tolkien Isuzu. You know why? The best deal in the world on a new Isuzu is right here at Phil Tolkien Isuzu. Well, gotta go. I'm off to Poland.
Get a new Isuzu starting at just $59.88 at Phil Tolkien.
I wish we could save today's weather and trot it out in February sometime.
I absolutely agree, Betsy. Just a delightful day. We're not going to be seeing temperatures like this, I don't think, for the rest of the week. It's going to get cooler. Let's take a look at the highs we had around the state today. 62, the official high at Mitchell, 3 degrees above the normal high for the state. The low this morning, right about where we should be at 40. A pleasant day across most of Wisconsin, although as you get far enough to the west and north, you do notice temperatures dropping off. Just 52 at Wausau, a high of 49 at Superior, and wouldn't you know it, that's where our weather is coming from the northwest. Let's go back to 10 o'clock this morning and take a look at a satellite view. Notice the well-developed swirl in the clouds up to the north as a low-pressure system tracked north of Lake Superior. Sunshine across the southeastern two-thirds of Wisconsin, but you do notice the clouds moving into the northwestern part of the state. That's one of the reasons they were cooler out there. And as we move ahead to the current satellite view, notice how that band of clouds indeed does now stretch across the southeastern two-thirds of Wisconsin. We do have some clearing taking place in the northwestern part of the state. What's happened is we had a front come through this afternoon. The leading edge of the cool air, not too bad at all, so you didn't really notice much of a change right behind the front. But now that the front is moving a little bit farther east and south of us, we are under the cloud cover, and temperatures in back of the front drop off about 10 degrees from the highs we had in Wisconsin today, just 49 for a high at St. Cloud, upper 40s to lower 50s across the northern plains. That's the kind of air we're going to be looking at tomorrow once the front continues moving away. I think we'll get some of the clearing, a little bit of sunshine coming in around here as we get into the later morning and afternoon hours tomorrow. Tomorrow won't be the worst day in the world. Right now, we are getting a few showers out of those clouds, especially an area of light rain to the west of Milwaukee right now. Most of Wisconsin is dry. The showers are moving toward the east-southeast, so a few raindrops around tonight, nothing big, and probably lingering into the early morning hours tomorrow. National radar chart shows that quite a bit heavier rain falling down to the south. Scattered reports of severe weather with some golf ball-sized hail across the southern part of Missouri into Arkansas and into northern Texas this afternoon and evening. We expect all the thunderstorm activity to stay well to the south of Wisconsin. As you can see, it's a relatively dry pattern across most of the rest of the country. Temperatures right now being held up a bit by the cloud cover, still 53 at Milwaukee, 51 at Pewaukee. Some places dropping into the upper 40s, just 47 at Horicon right now. I don't think we're going to see nighttime temperatures like this for the next several nights either. Definitely a trend toward colder weather. The reason? Let's take a look at a projection of the upper winds. By midweek, we expect an intense upper low to be just north of Lake Huron, and that's going to bring us a strong northwesterly jet stream across much of the northern and central United States, kind of the pattern we had for much of the early part of October. So I'm sure we're going to have temperatures way down in the 20s and possibly have trouble making that 40-degree mark as we get to the middle of the week. By tomorrow, the front will be held up a little bit by a low-pressure system developing along the front. This will give us a chance for some more precipitation probably Monday night and Tuesday, maybe some rain or even some snow showers around here. For tomorrow, the traveler's map looks like this. Most of the rain should be out of here by the early morning hours. The new batch of rain will start to push up a pretty decent day in between weather systems tomorrow. Right now, we have 52 here at News 4, 53 at Mitchell. Muskego has 47, 66% the humidity, the wind from the northwest at 7 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast is for mostly cloudy skies with a few showers and a low of 44. For tomorrow, a chance for an early shower, then becoming partly cloudy and cooler than today, a high of 52. But all in all, not a bad day, not too windy at all. For tomorrow night, increasing clouds, a chance for a few showers or flurries late tomorrow night with a low of 34. And then for Tuesday, a mostly cloudy, windy, and cold day, a chance for scattered rain or snow showers or maybe some kind of a mixture in there. Nothing too heavy expected. A high temperature, though, of only 40 degrees.
Yuck. Get rid of that day if we could.
Reality comes back.
Thanks, Jim. And I think it was Jimmy the Greek today who offered the sarcastic observation that today's Packer win may be the last one of the season.
Well, I really respect him so much, as you know, Jimmy the Greek, one of my favorites. A fond farewell and a fun farewell for the Packer B team in Green Bay this afternoon on Forrest Gregg's 54th birthday. Highlights coming up.
TV Lenny had a nightmare. Everyone wanted a VHS camcorder, but they cost
too much. Now, this camcorder is only $198 with special purchases at American. A VHS camcorder only $198. This sofa and love seat for $599. Then you get the camcorder for $198. This Technic stereo reduced to $695. Then you get the VHS camcorder for $198. A TV, a car stereo, a computer, or a microwave. Have your camcorder dream come true. But only till Wednesday at American.
The eyes of the world will be focused on Milwaukee, October 23rd through 25th. And you have a chance to witness basketball history live at the Mecca Arena. McDonald's is proud to present the McDonald's Basketball Open. This first-time international competition will pit the Milwaukee Bucks against the Soviet national team and Europe's top pro team, Tracer Milan of Italy. Tickets for all 3 games are still available. Call the Bucks ticket hotline at 272-8080 or visit the Bucks Arena ticket office.
Lately, it seems like more and more Ford and import owners are having a change of heart.
Listen to the heartbeat.
As a matter of fact, more than half of all new Chevy Beretta buyers traded in their Ford, import, and other makes for Chevy Beretta. And for Beretta's extras, like V6 power that Honda Accord DX doesn't even offer. We'll put you in a new Beretta in a heartbeat at your Gold Star Chevy dealers. Buy the car only where you see this Gold Star.
People enjoy the quality of life in Milwaukee. It's known nationwide as a safe city, but accidents do happen. If you've been the victim of an accident, call the law offices of James Mentkowski. If you deserve compensation, a lawyer will explain your options in plain English. When the law offices of James Mentkowski represent you as a plaintiff, you don't pay a fee if you don't win. So check the want ads. Then call the law offices of James Mentkowski. Effective legal representation and a commitment to Milwaukee.
We at Channel 4 have put together a fact sheet on safety measures for using space heaters. Send us a self-addressed envelope and we'll send you a copy. It's for your safety.
Game 2 of the World Series tonight at the Metrodome, and for the second straight night, the Twins embarrassed the Cardinals. Tonight, the final 8-4, so the Twins lead the series 2-0. They're halfway there. Second inning, Gary Gaetti swats a solo home run. This one all the way into the seats off Danny Cox. And it's 1-0 Minnesota. Now, the Cardinals continue to struggle at the plate. Bert Blyleven strikes out Tony Pena here in the third. Blyleven, the winning pitcher. The Twins sent 11 men to the plate, scored 6 runs in the 4th inning. Randy Bush with a 2-run double here. And the Twins have a 3-0 lead, never looked back. Tim Laudner drove in 2 more with a single. He later homered in the 6th. The rout was on, and the Twins win 8-4. Game 3 is Tuesday in St. Louis. Nice slide there. The Packer replacement team went out with a victory today in Green Bay. The B team won 2 of the 3 games it played. Today's final 16-10 in overtime over Philadelphia. The 3rd overtime game for the Packers this year.
I feel good about it. I feel good about them because they really battled. I give them all the credit.
Over 35,000 fans turned out at Lambeau Field to say bye to the Bees. The Eagles took the lead in the first quarter on a 6-yard touchdown run by Elvin Ross. 7-0 Philadelphia. The game featured 18 penalties. Incredibly, 3 by the Packers on 1 play in the first quarter.
Holding fence, illegal motion on the offense, offensive pass interference on the offense.
There were also 9 turnovers in the game, 2 on this second quarter play. Former Badger Von Mansfield intercepts the pass for the Packers, only to fumble it back to the Eagles. Later in the second quarter, Max Zendejas makes it 7 for 7 on field goal attempts during the strike. A 42-yarder, it's good, and it's 7-3 Eagles at the half. Third quarter, Alan Risher hits Lee Morris, and he does the rest, breaking a tackle and going all the way for a 46-yard touchdown for the Packers. Green Bay led 10-7 after 3. In the fourth quarter, Jim Melka from West Dallas Central and the University of Wisconsin intercepts a tip pass for the Packers. Philadelphia got a field goal, though, to tie the game at 10 and send it to overtime. In that extra period, Forrest Gregg shunned the field goal and went for the touchdown. And with 9:56 left, James Hargrove busted in from 5 yards out, and the Packers won it 16-10. They're 2-2-1 overall, but the replacements finished 2-1 and with plenty of memories.
It means a lot to me because being associated with this bunch of guys, we've formed a certain bond and a special feeling amongst ourselves, and it's shown that we ourselves to be winners.
It was exciting, you know. I went up and tried to thank as many fans as I could for coming out to support the team and myself and, you know, giving me support.
You can't say any more about Green Bay. You know, Green Bay is a football town. These people want to see football, and I'm just happy they won one at Lambeau Field. I think it's been 1985 since they won a game here, so I don't care how we won it. You know, we won 16-10. We won the game. That's great.
We were all in the same boat. We got through the adversities, and we stuck together, and the unity was just awesome.
Tomorrow morning, the replacements will find out if they will stick around as a taxi squad. But they left a good impression with Packer fans.
I think it's rather exciting to watch, a lot of enthusiasm. These guys are out here trying to prove themselves, not getting paid very much money. I think it's fun to watch. I'd rather watch that than watching the regular teams.
I think this will be our last shot at a win. I don't think the A team's all that it's cracked up to be.
Elsewhere around the NFL, the Bears lost their first game of the year, 19-17 to the Saints. Tampa Bay got past Minnesota 20-10. Steve Largent caught 15 passes for 261 yards in a Seattle victory. The Super Bowl champion Giants now 0-5. They lose in overtime, 6-3 to Buffalo. John Stallworth, his 500th career catch as Pittsburgh wins. In overtime, Pat Ryan, 4 touchdown passes in a Jets win. New England 21-7 over Houston. Big story in this one, Doug Flutie's debut as a Patriot, and it was a smashing success. 15 of 25, 199 yards, including this 27-yard touchdown pass to Larry Linney. Patriots win 21-7. Cleveland got 4 touchdown passes from Gary Danielson in that win. The Rams sink to 1-4, losing to Atlanta. The Chargers strike team went 3-0 as they beat the Raiders today. Denver over Kansas City 26-17, and Joe Montana 4 touchdown passes in the 49er win. The Bucks continued their preseason schedule tonight in Madison against Seattle. Now, Sidney Moncrief did not play. He wants to have his knee examined tomorrow. It still doesn't feel right. And the Bucks don't feel right about tonight's game. They lost 103-94. It was a homecoming, of course, for Wisconsin Badger star J.J. Weber, and a standing ovation for the Bucks' third-round draft pick. He continues to be impressive on the court, makes the good pass here to Pace Mannion for the easy 2. The Seattle lead, though, was 14 points after the first quarter. Xavier McDaniel with 21 points helped Seattle open up a 19-point lead in the second quarter before the Bucks cut the lead to 10 at half, 55-45. Jerry Reynolds with 31 points to lead the Bucks tonight. Terry Cummings ejected for arguing, and Paul Pressey hurt his pinky finger, not thought to be serious, though. Reynolds again here on the drive, but the Sonics win it 103-94. College soccer this afternoon. Marquette defeated Bowling Green 3-1. The Warriors now 7-7-1. UWM also a winner at home today, 2-1 over Cleveland State. Well, some losses just sting longer than others, and for the Wisconsin Badgers, yesterday's 16-14 defeat at Illinois is still very painful. The Badgers led 14-13 with 54 seconds left until Doug Higgins booted a 34-yard field goal to give Illinois a 16-14 victory. For Don Morton and the Badgers, their third straight Big Ten loss. They're 2-4 overall.
You know, you want to do it and you want to win it. These guys here, I mean, we gave it everything we had, and I think that's why it hurts the worst.
Like I said before, every game's going to be a learning experience for me, but this one really hurts. So close.
Last week we got beat. You know, we just plain got beat, and this week, you know, we should have done. You know, we could have beaten them.
Held them all over the field, really stuck it to them, and it really hurts just to know that you might have maybe had a better team, but a few bad breaks.
And that is sports. Elizabeth returns right after this.
What if you could treat quackgrass this fall and still have control 2 cropping seasons from now? We guarantee you can with Roundup herbicide. Just apply 1 quart per acre of Roundup this fall following application guidelines. We guarantee you'll have 85% control 2 growing seasons from now, or the Roundup to treat again is free. This guarantee applies only this fall, so see your certified custom applicator now. You know, Roundup is ideal for acres coming out of government programs, too.
Time to get up and go to Boston Store for the $1 Million Sleep Shop sale. Save 30 to 50% on Milwaukee's largest selection of Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Simmons mattresses. And all sofa sleepers, day beds, and more. Plus 90 days free financing on Boston Store charge purchases of $250 or more. Come in and register to win a mattress and box spring set. 30 to 50% savings, Milwaukee's best selection. It's the $1 Million Sleep Shop sale at Boston Store.
There's a whole new Rusty Jones.
Well, I'm all spiffed up, because now I'm dressing up your new car like never before with my gloss treatment. From top to bottom, its protective barrier seals in a real patent leather kind of shine, and it helps seal out anything that can bake, fade, or punish your finish. I'll keep your car looking like $1 million.
Gloss treatment. One more reason to trust your whole car.
To the whole new Rusty Jones.
Do you know why your mom switched to Florida Gold orange juice? Because it's squeezed from just Valencia oranges. The other brands blend all kinds of oranges. You know why Florida Gold uses just Valencias? Because they're the best tasting, most expensive juice oranges you can buy. Bet you didn't know that.
I get a lot out of these little father-daughter chats.
Florida Gold brand orange juice. It's not a blend of all kinds of oranges. It's pure Valencia.
A new Milwaukee monument was dedicated tonight. The monument serves as a gateway to the historic North Point Water Tower Residential District. It was donated by the Water Tower Landmark Trust, a group dedicated to preserving that neighborhood.
This is really the southern entrance right here to the Water Tower District, and it's always been ugly and barren, a big triangular asphalt patch, and we thought that a monument like this would be a much more suitable gateway.
The monument is located at North Lake Drive and East Windsor Place. It's made of parts from the old bridge that used to connect East Wisconsin Avenue to the War Memorial Center. The bridge was torn down and replaced about 7 years ago. Speaking of things that are replaced, the B team is replaced this week with the A team.
Yeah, but an interesting situation. What they're thinking about doing, they might be a little bit paranoid about the A team going out on strike again, so they may keep the B team around as a taxi squad, just in case, kind of an insurance policy. And of course, the regulars come back, the Packers have a 2-2-1 record, so they have to feel pretty good about where they are considering everything. The B team did their part.
B team seemed to be very emotional today, talking about the unity that they really enjoyed.
Well, they're hungry. I think that's one of the reasons that so many people went to see them at Lambeau Field, over 30,000 both of the weeks there, because they had the hunger, they had the desire. People enjoy seeing that, no matter what the quality.
Thanks, Dennis. And Jim, our weather this week?
Well, it's going to be definitely a trend.